Hi, this is Ignatius, the Deep Sleep and Wellness Coach. We are now at the end of 2020. We have just 2 more days, or probably if you're listening after this, it's we've entered 2021. But whether it is the last week of 2020 or the first 1 or 2 weeks of 2021, it's still a good time to take stock of who you have been in 2020. When I say who you have been, you might think, okay, you're still the same person. It's you have a name, you have an identity, you have a place where you live and operate from, you have a say family. You identify yourself with all these external things. But internally, a lot of shift is happening. With time, with the passage of time, there is so many internal shifts. You're never the same person. We have so many new experiences assailing us on a daily basis, and some of them are so tectonic they really shift you from inside. And many times, one is not even aware of the shift which is happening inside. The shift in the belief systems, the shift in attitudes, the shift in habits, the shift in behavior, which ultimately results in the shift in results. Even staying in the same place is a result. It is a result of inaction or action. So everything we see in our life is a result of our thoughts, our emotions, our behaviors. All of these give us an output which impacts the way we experience life. Life can be experienced in many myriad ways. I'm sure you're aware of that. You know people who have similar backgrounds to you, who were at the same place at some time in the past, and now you wish you were where they are if they've climbed much, much higher than you. And sometimes you will pity those who did not climb as high as you did. So there are people who are below us or above us in our perception. It is not to say that they're actually below us or above us. It is just in the perception. It may be in money terms, it may be in relationship terms, it may be in health and fitness terms, it may be in location advantage terms, it can be in any one of these terms. We just compare one of two or few aspects and then we feel that we are above or below someone. So, what we need to become aware of now that we are ending a year and entering into another year, what is wellness? What is well being? How can I be happy? How can I be comfortable inside my skin? That is the first thing. How can I be comfortable? If I'm not comfortable, I can never be happy. I can have all the wealth in the world, all the success in the world, and I can still be unhappy within me. You know of many, many famous people who are there. It typically ends up in suicide, or if not suicide, at least substance abuse or other abuses, which finally consumes a person. We know many, many such people, right? Famous people. So, we don't want to get there, right? All the fame in the world is not worth it if you're going to take your own life or if you're going to wreck it because of substance or other abuse. So, how do we lead a life where we feel fulfilled, where we feel that, hey, this is good, I'm happy, I'm glad that I've done this, or I'm this, or I have this in my life. Won't you want to be in such a situation in 2021? So, how do we get there? And this is where I'm coming from, the ABC of wellness. The ABC of wellness, if you remember just these three things, the ABC, the first three letters of the alphabet, you would be able to get the sense of well being in 2021 that you wish you had, or you're craving for, or you want to maintain, either which way. But this at least gives you a sense of what you need to focus on for you to have well being in your life. So, what is this A, B, and C? So, A is for attention, it's actually awareness plus attention. Just look at that word, awareness. Awareness is to know. I'm aware the sun has risen. I'm aware the sun has set. You're clear. There is no doubt at all about it. And attention is when you're paying attention to the sun rising and the sun setting. You're seeing the different myriad hues of colors. You're seeing the play of light. You're seeing the birds or the clouds, or the effect of the sunrise or sunset on your environment, on the surrounding buildings or surrounding landscapes. So you're paying attention. So the awareness is accentuated a million times when you pay attention to the process unfolding before your senses. So it could be sight, it could be sound, it could be touch. You can feel the sun on your skin. It can be the smell, smell of you're in a beautiful garden or you're on the beach and you can smell the salty air. And it could be taste. We're actually getting the taste of the air. So whether it's in a building, all these five senses are working all the time. And that contributes to your experience. So when you pay attention to all your senses and become completely aware of what is unfolding, whether outside you or inside you, then your life will be in your control because you know. Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to your breath. Pay attention to your body. When you have this food, how does the body react? How does it feel in your tongue, in your throat, in your stomach, in your gut? How does it assimilate? Is it good for me or is it bad for me? When you pay attention to everything that is happening within, you have a burst of senses, a burst of wealth, richness, okay, which just a simple act of bringing attention to what your current situation is completely transforms the situation. And it shows you pathways, options, and choices that you have. At every second of your life, you have choices. Most times, unconsciously, we make a choice of action or inaction. Either of these have consequences. Just because you didn't make a choice does not mean that you've surrendered to the divine will and whatever happens, happens kind of thing. You have chosen to give up the free will that the divine force gave to you. He's given each one of us free will. The free will is to choose which action we are going to take or whether we are going to suffer in inaction. every second, every nanosecond, you're taking decisions. You're making choices. Become aware. Pay attention to the choices. Should I listen to this fellow or not listen to this fellow? That's a choice you have. When you choose not to listen, it's good. When the message is bad, okay, when somebody is insulting you or taking away your self-worth, you can choose not to pay attention. You are your own best judge. Live to your highest values. You know why you're doing what you're doing, if you know why you're doing what you're doing. That will happen if you pay attention. So, as you start paying attention to yourself and to your highest self, to your own judge, then you know what is required. You know which action or inaction you need to take at that time. And as you make your choices, this A will help guide you. This A can mean the difference between success and failure, happiness and sorrow, pain and gain. All of this is possible if you pay attention. You are in the moment. The A is a foundation of your whole life. The results in your life, the experiences you have in your life is directly proportionate to how present you're in the A, the attention, the awareness of this second, and all that is happening within you and without you, outside you. As you train your mind to be in the here and now, as you train your mind to pay attention to who you are and what you're doing and what you're experiencing, who are the people around you, what is happening to you, as you become more and more and more attentive to this A, your life will come under your control. You will not feel that you are just buffeted around by events around you. You're no more, a leaf floating in the water to be taken to wherever the wind blows or wherever the currents flow. You can direct your course through the toughest of currents and the toughest of winds. And you can prevail and you can have a sense of well being that very few get. Are you going to take charge of the A? This will help 2021 be a much different year than any other year you've had before. So take charge of this first letter A. Attention, awareness. The second letter, B. Now, without B, you will not survive at all. I won't be talking to you. You cannot be listening to me. I'm not here. You're not here without this B. What is this B? This B is our breath. And we take it so much for granted. We just assume it will always be there. I'm sorry to tell you, it's not always going to be there. This is a finite resource. This will run out. I have many dear ones who have run out of this B. So they are no more here. They are no more here to experience the beauty and the richness and the variety that life has to offer us. We are born here so that we can live this life fully, live our full term, and be the best version of ourselves. This B is breath. Without breath, where will you be? And what gratitude are you giving to your breath? What attention are you bringing to your breath? Are you aware what happens when you inhale and what happens when you exhale? What are you breathing in and what are you breathing out? Just bring awareness to that. If you breathe in toxic thoughts, if you breathe in painful memories, and you breathe out all the goodness and all the, positivity, where will you be? Please attach your breath to your life. You want your life to be rich, to be happy, to be compassionate, to be loving, to be energetic, whatever you want in life. Breathe it in. The universe has it all to offer to you. The same breath Bill Gates takes in, Steve Jobs takes in, Azim Premji takes in, Tata has taken, and same breath anyone else in life whom you can think of takes in. Some make millions out of it, and some burn millions from it. Right? So, how do you want to lead your life? When you inhale, bring in everything you want in your life, which you're sure is going to do you good, which is playing to your highest values. Each of us are living life. We have a purpose. We are born for a purpose, not just to survive, procreate, and die. Those are animals. We are conscious beings. We are divine beings. He's given us His own spirit. The divinity is within us. So, what are we doing to live to our highest values? Each of us have our own highest values. What is your highest values? First, get clear about that. And then go about inhaling it with every breath. And as you exhale, exhale everything which does not serve you anymore. If you're tired, exhale it out. If you feel poverty, exhale it out. You don't need that anymore. If you feel conflict, exhale it out. With every exhalation, exhale out. Let it go. The earth will learn to correct it. There'll be somebody who wants to inhale it. Let them inhale it. But you don't want it, right? So what you don't want, just exhale it out. Forget it. Let it go. And what you want, inhale it. Take a deep breath. Let it come and fill every cell of your body. Inhale what you want to manifest in your life. It's there. All the wealth in the world is out there in the air. Just inhale it. As you inhale it, you become what you intend to be by intention. This is what you want to be. You want to be a pilot. You want to be a doctor. You want to be an entrepreneur who impacts 100,000 people. Okay, you want to be whatever, You want to be a great husband. You want to be a great wife. You want to be a great mother. Whatever you want to be. All right, just inhale it and become it. As you inhale and as every cell of your body intakes what you intend to be, you will manifest it. So just inhale who you want to become, not who you were in 2020 or 2019 or much earlier. That's dead and gone. That's way, way back gone. Please remember, every cell of your body is born anew. Some of them in days, some in weeks, some in months. There's no single cell in your body which existed a year and a half back. The last 18 months, every single atom, every single cell of your body has regenerated. A new one is born and the old one is dead. That is science. But the memory of who you are, you're holding on and rebuilding it the same way. The memory. You live in your memories, you'll recreate that same memory. If you had cancer and you think you are, susceptible, again you'll be susceptible. Break it out. It's out of you. It's not something which serves you anymore. It's out. If you had bad relationships, that's over. That was in the past. Today you're a loving person. You're a more nurturing person and you stand up for your rights. You're self-aware. You have a backbone. Okay, and you give respect and take respect. You're equals. And you attract such people in your life. So your relationships will also be beautiful. So anything that you want to be is there in the breath. Inhale it in. And anything you don't want to be, exhale it out. Every breath. Just pay attention to this. See how your life changes. You will choose what activity to take, what thoughts to have, what behaviors to exhibit. You know. You will automatically choose. Nobody needs to come. You don't need a coach. You don't need me to come and tell you, hey, take this decision or do that. You know. Your highest value knows. Okay, your connection with God knows. Your higher spirit will guide you when you connect with them. And how do you connect? Through your breath. You connect to the divine through your breath. You connect to your higher spirit, your guardian angel, all of them through your breath. You connect to your ancestors through your breath. They are all there. And you can inhale what you want, the qualities you want, the kind of life you want. Inhale it in. And as you inhale it in, the corrections to your brain, the synapses, the way you think, everything will start happening. So the B, the second B, can make or break your life. Okay, so go for it. Next is C. This C is what separates you from the animals. I'm not saying some animals don't have that. I do know some animals who have this C. But this C really takes you to God. That is a final step when you go into Godhood. So what is the C? Can you tell me? Think about it. Take a second. Think about it. What is the C? The C which separates you from the animals. The C which takes you to divinity, to Godhood. What is the C? This C is compassion. Compassion. And what does compassion do for you? It just opens up your heart. Your heart becomes as big and as wide as the universe. You are able to encompass the whole world with your compassion. As compassion overflows, as you fill it in your heart and it overflows, you feel compassionate to yourself, to your flaws, to your strengths. First, feel compassion to yourself. Accept yourself, who you are. Every portion of you is good. It has a purpose. Even if the so-called, okay, this bad habit of yours you don't like, it had a purpose. Understand the purpose. As you apply the A on that, that will start dissolving. And you would find, that it served a particular purpose at a particular time. It may not serve the purpose today or tomorrow. It can be let go of. It is not you. It does not define you. Just because you did one bad thing doesn't make you a bad person. Or two bad things, or 20 bad things, or 200 bad things. It doesn't matter. That was in the past. That has moved on. That's gone. You're no more that person. Not a single cell of that person remains in you now. Just let that go. Be compassionate. It was needed at that time. It was some shift which needed to happen in you or others. And you had to be that instrument through which the so called bad deed happened. Move it on. Be compassionate to yourself. As you know, charity starts at home. So that's another C word, by the way. So compassion starts at home. You first be compassionate to yourself, your most private self, and then your mid self, and then your public self. Be compassionate to all these selves. Forgive. Let the past go. Through compassion, encompass this person and let your love overflow over this person, wash over this person. Once you've filled yourself with compassion, let it overflow to your family, to your close uh, relationships, spouse, children, parents, siblings, your partners, your extended family, your friends, your neighbors, every single human being. We are all divine beings. We are all on different journeys, all going to the same place. We'll all dissolve and become just one. The current thing is just ego which separates us. As you become aware of the divinity within all of us, and we know the paths that each one needs to take. As you know that each one will have a different, find your path, the other person will find their path. In some way, if you can help them, great. If not, but be clear about your path first. When you're lost, there's no point trying to help someone else who's lost. So, first, compassion to yourself, then compassion to others and their journey. As this compassion overflows, and then it goes into other beings in our environment, every living being, and then every inanimate being, they all need compassion. They're all made of the same building blocks. It's all carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. The basic atoms that constitutes a rock and me are all the same. It's there all around us. I am made of the earth, the water, the air, the vacuum, the fire. I have all five vayus in me. And each object, element, everything has some constituents of these. We are all in one soup. When you see Earth from space, you cannot make out individuals. It is just one planet, right? So be compassionate to everything that exists in our world. As we overflow our compassion, we we become one with the whole existence. And this will completely transform the way you approach your work, your relationships, your family, your social life, everything. Every person you meet, be compassionate. Show your love, show you care. Imagine a world where everyone cares for everyone. All for one, one for all. That's the world we can live in. And that's the world I'm looking forward to be living in. And I'm doing my bit. I have decided that everything I know I'm going to share. Whether people can pay or not pay, doesn't matter. So I'm sharing a lot of free content. I will obviously have some paid courses because one needs to live in this world where one needs money. So I would build that also. I am not saying money is bad. I inhale money. I inhale wealth. I inhale prosperity. I inhale great health, fitness. I inhale longevity. you can inhale the same too, or whatever else you want. Okay, and be compassionate to what anyone else wants. It's what they want. It's their life. They were born alone, they'll die alone. Just because your husband, wife, parent doesn't make you own that life. That life has its own purpose. It has to live to its purpose, not to your purpose. Don't mold somebody else in your viewpoint. You never know, they may become giants and you're dwarfing them. Don't ever dwarf anybody. So we are here to first live our life fully and be an example. Let your life be a shining example. The others will can take it or leave it. It is what they are looking for in their life. They can decide. So the C is compassion. So let me repeat. A is for attention, B is for breath, and C is for compassion. With these A, B, C, in 2021, you can lead a life which is very, very, very different from what you've led so far. This simple formula can change your life. Go live it. Go be the best version of yourself and have a fantastic life. Life is here for you to be enjoyed and lived to the fullest. When we say enjoy, a lot of people think that, oh, this guy is going to go drink, be merry and happy. You know, Mother Teresa enjoyed her life. Some people would say she sacrificed her life. But for her, she lived to her highest value. She loved the fact that she could help so many millions. Forget millions. One soul. She helped one soul. That is enough. You don't need to, help a million souls. One person, you made their life better. That is a life worth living. That gives meaning to your life. And you can find that meaning if you utilize this ABC. If you're living by ABC of life, paying attention, living in the breath that you want to live in, inhale what you want, exhale what you don't want. And see compassion to yourself, to everybody around you, and everything around you. Every animate and inanimate object in this world deserves your compassion. And when you can show compassion to your car, to your laptop, to your, anything out there that you use, don't use, come across, whatever, as you exude the compassion, see how the world transforms around you. It's a beautiful world. And you can live in that world. We can all live in that world together. Let's do it. Let's make 2021 the best ever year possible. Looking forward to this coming year. And I'm looking forward to meeting as many of you as possible so that we can take this life to where it deserves to go. Thank you for watching. I'm Ignatius Raphael. I'm also called the Deep Sleep and Wellness Coach. You can reach me on www.ignatiusraphael.in. That's ignatiusraphael.in. You can just Google me, you will probably get me. Okay. Thank you so much for being part of this life and listening up to this point. It's amazing. Okay. I just poured out. I'm right here now. My son is in football coaching. Okay. And I have an hour and a half. My heart was bursting with this message. I wanted to say it. So I'm just recording this on my phone now as I'm sitting in the car outside the football field watching him train. So this is it just overflowed. I don't know. So and each of you have messages like this. So go forth, spread give your best out into the world. Let everybody enjoy what you are. That way you will live on. If I were to die tomorrow, just the fact that this message may have reached 5, 10, 50, 500, 5,000, whatever number of people, Just the fact that it was reached and somewhere somebody's life shifted and changed. They are in control of their ABC. That was then my life was worth it. This particular recording was worth it. So it's just an outpouring. I'm not scripted this. I don't know. It just came out. Thank you so much for being part of this podcast or YouTube video. I'm just going to put this out on Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere. Enjoy your life. Have a fantastic 2021. Wish you all the greatest life ever possible. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.